We are live.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the first virtual meeting of the City of Dublin's Administrative Review Team. We are living in extraordinary times. Both the state of Ohio and the City of Dublin have declared states of emergency. The Ohio legislature passed several emergency laws to address the pandemic, including the ability for public entities to have virtual meetings. We appreciate this ability to maintain our continuity of government. For the duration of the stay-at-home order, we'll be holding our meetings online and live stream those meetings on YouTube. You can access the live stream on the city's website. In order to submit any comments or questions during the meeting, please use the form under the streaming video on the city's website. These questions and comments will be relayed to the board by the meeting moderator. We want to accommodate public participation and comment to the greatest extent, and we welcome your comments on cases, and please refrain from making any inappropriate comments. This is not a perfect system, but we will do our best in these difficult times, and we appreciate your patience. So with that, I will officially call our meeting of the Administrative Review Team for Thursday, April the 30th to order. On our agenda, I have two minor modifications, which were approvals by the staff and myself related to Yoga 6 and Haggerty Insurance. No further modifications or discussion are needed for those items. I do have on our agenda, though, meeting minutes from March the 5th, which was our last meeting. Does anybody have any corrections to those meeting minutes? If so, raise your hand and I'll call on you to make a correction. If not, everyone, you'll be willing to turn on your microphones and answer in the affirmative if you're willing to approve those minutes. I'll give everybody a second. Is everybody in agreement to approve the March 5th minutes for ART?
Yes. Yes.
Great, thank you very much. Our next items are three determinations. The first is Bridge Park Block G mass excavation, and Claudia is going to give a presentation for that. Go ahead.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Administrative Review Team. This is a request for review and approval of a minor project for the mass excavation for Block G as part of the Bridge Park development. The site is on the north side of Bridge Park Avenue. It is east of Mooney Street and then has Dale Drive as the eastern property boundary, and then Teller Ridge Drive is to the north. The Administrative Review Team last approved a mass excavation for G Block, which is just to the south of this particular site. The applicant has requested an informal review and approval or feedback, I should say, from the Planning and Zoning Commission in January for a development that consists of an office building, a parking garage, and then a for sale residential building. And the commission provided feedback on that particular informal review, and then the applicant would also go forward with preliminary development plan and final development plan to the commission for the actual approval of buildings. So as part of the mass excavation, the Administrative Review Team is not approving any kind of development. And here is slightly change the direction there. So north is on your left, which would be Teller Ridge Drive, showing what this Mass X is consisting of and the footprints that are being contemplated to be put into those places, as again, they would be approved by the Planning Commission for final details. Staff does recommend approval to ART of this application, as we have done in the past for a majority of all the blocks within Bridge Park, and we are recommending approval with two conditions of this particular application. So we would want a right of entry signed by the city and the applicant, and then ensure also that Ohio EPA and Section 53 of the codified ordinances are being met to control erosion and sediment. And with that, I can answer any questions that you may have.
Does anybody have any initial questions for Claudia? If not, we can then have the applicant provide any additional detail that you're looking for. Okay, hearing none. Does the applicant have any other further items to share with us or any comments?
Not much. Claudia did a nice job just covering it. You know, what we're really just proposing here is to construct the building pads to prep the site for construction to begin. So.
Okay. Does anybody have any comments? Aaron, you want to go first?
Yeah, real quick. James, do you have an idea? Because it wasn't clear on the drawings and maybe I missed it. This one could be a little tricky with the construction entrance location. Have you determined that yet, or did I miss it on the plans?
Let's see.
It actually is shown on the drawings to come off Dale Drive.
Okay.
Between G1 and G2, if I remember that correctly.
Okay. Is that on the proposed grading sheet? Do you remember where that was?
Jenny,
That's on the sediment erosion control sheet.
Okay.
Sheet 607.
Yeah, and probably my only other comment would be, I do appreciate that the sediment basin that you're leaving it there as long as possible. I know we've worked on some of these other blocks to get those in place, and it seems to have helped a lot of the erosion sediment control issues we've had. The one thing I can tell you, and you know, I'll be the one reviewing the permit, but there's a few things that we're probably going to ask to be a little bit increased with your sediment control. Nothing major that we need to work on right now, but just so you guys are aware, you know, there's some of the perimeter controls I think we're going to have to look at a little bit more in detail. So that's really the extent of my comments.
Do you need any conditions added to this, or you'll just work that out as part of it?
No, because that can be covered under the condition we already have.
Okay.
The second condition that you guys
Got
already
it.
have
Okay.
listed.
And I guess I would just like to say one thing with that, Aaron. We do on sheet 6 and 7, we do have the calculations for the perimeter sediment controls, you know, to follow all the Ohio EPA guidelines. And
yep,
really we want to work with you and make sure, you know, not only following those, but making sure we're implementing things that make sense and cover what we need. So.
Absolutely.
Okay. Anyone else? Colleen, do you have any comments or questions? No. Sean? Renee? Brad?
Nope.
Okay, great. Okay, well, with that, then if everyone can turn on their microphone, seeming that everyone is in agreement with the recommendation of approval with 2 conditions. Everyone in favor of approval of this application, please answer in the affirmative.
Yes.
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 Great, thank you very much. Thank you.
Jenny, I
Alright,
also wanted to point out that there was no public
sorry.
comment for any for this application.
Thank you, I missed that on my notes here. Okay, so our next application is the Color Bar Salon, and Zach is going to be our presenter for that application. So Zach, whenever you're ready, thank you.
Good afternoon. This afternoon, we will be reviewing a minor project for exterior modifications for the Color Bar Salon. Shown on the screen is the site location. This site is located at 6630 Riverside Drive. Is within building C2 of the Bridge Park development and is zoned Scioto River neighborhood. Today, the applicant is proposing 2 exterior modifications, one for the west and one for the east elevations. Shown on the screen is the proposal for the west elevation, which can be viewed from Riverside Drive. The applicant is proposing a 1/4-inch light gray metal panel infill, which will be made of aluminum composite paneling. This structure will be replacing approximately 125 square feet of vision glass above the entrance. It does have a max height of approximately 11 feet, 1 inch. It projects approximately 3 inches from the facade. shown on the screen is the east elevation. This structure is very similar to the one that was shown on the west elevation. Is just oriented differently, and it does differ in the amount of square footage that it replaces with glass. This is also a 1/4 inch light gray metal panel infill and replaces approximately 34 square feet of vision glass above the entrance. It does have a max height of 11 feet and projects approximately 3 inches from the facade. Just with where this modification is located above the entrance and the storefront, it does not interfere with any transparency calculations for this building. Planning staff has reviewed this application with all applicable minor project review criteria and is recommending approval with no conditions. If you have any questions for staff, I'd be happy to answer them. Our applicants are also here on the call today. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Zach. Does anybody on ART have any questions for Zach before we have the applicants chime in? Brad, do you have saw you unmute yourself. Do you have any questions? No? Okay. Oh, now you've muted yourself. If you don't, that's fine. Okay, then we'll let the applicant go forward to see if they have anything to add or any questions or comments for the board.
Hi, this is Phil Stiles at Moody Nolan. I just wanted to make a quick clarification. The gray color that was just referenced, I think I misinterpreted the original question when it was sent to me. So there's two components. There's the metal panel infill that will be in place of where the glass is. That infill panel will then allow the color bar signage and any future tenant signage to be applied to that. The infill at the curtain wall is the light gray color metal panel infill. The signage component band was more of a darker gray color. I just wanted to clarify that.
Okay, thank you. That's helpful. Does anybody have any questions for the applicant about this application? We'll go down the line just to make sure. Renee, do you have anything for this? No. Sean?
Nope.
Okay. Colleen?
Nope.
Aaron?
Nope.
And Brad?
No.
Okay, great. All right, so with that, Claudia, is there any public comment for this application?
We've received no public comment on this application.
Great, thank you very much. So with that, I'll ask all the ART members to unmute their mics and answer in the affirmative if you're in support of approving this application with no conditions.
Yes.
Yes.
Great, thank you all so much. Thank you so much. Okay, and then our last application is the Oakland Home sign, and I believe Chase is going to present that for us. So Chase, whenever you're ready.
Okay. Good afternoon. This is a request for review and approval of a minor project review for the installation of a new wall sign for the Oakland Home retail shop. The site is highlighted in yellow. You can see it is south of West Dublin Granville Road, and it's approximately 900 feet southeast of the intersection with Dale Drive. The retail space in particular is indicated by the star on this map. These are the proposed wall sign details. You can see it's approximately 29 square feet in size. The sign is 13 feet in height from established grade to the top of the sign. It comes in two colors, so brown and white, and it is constructed of an aluminum panel with push-through acrylic lettering. And then this is just a rendering to give you an idea of what that would look like. The retail space in question is 35 feet in width. So the sign will be located center right on that sign band. This has been reviewed against all applicable criteria, and staff is recommending approval with no conditions. The applicant was unfortunately unable to make it to the meeting today, but I'd be happy to answer any questions you all may have. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Chase. Does anyone have any questions for Chase regarding this proposed sign application?
No.
No. Aaron, yes.
Real quick, in case I missed it, what about, is there lighting, external or internal lighting on this one?
It is internally illuminated with white LEDs to match the rest of the signs in the center.
Okay, thank you.
Great, thank you. Sean or Brad or Colleen, do any of you have anything to add to this or questions?
Nope. Good.
Okay, great. Claudia, did we receive any public comment on this application?
We did not.
Great, thank you very much. Okay, so with that, if everyone is in agreement, I will ask if everyone's supportive of the recommendation of approval with no conditions for this application.
Yes.
Yes.
Great, thank you very much. Okay, so that concludes our official business for this meeting. So I appreciate everyone's comments and participation, and our meeting is adjourned.